Here's another book that we have read, Beach Edition, my favorite edition. So this is Hurricane Watch, and I have to tell you, yesterday we happened upon a tornado warning. We were in Mobile, Alabama, and if you know anything about the wackiness of the year 2020 with COVID and everyone saying, what next? Locusts and all that, and wildfires, there actually was wind and dust from the Sahara desert in Africa, and it made its way over. And so they said it would make for spectacular sunsets or tornadoes. We were hoping for the spectacular sunset. They said pollen or whatever. Anyways, we were kind of stuck, and we got stuck in traffic, and we didn't realize, oh my goodness, it's actually here. So we booked it across the bay as fast as we could, and safely. Dustin drove. But anyways, I have had this book in our library basket. I got it 3 weeks ago. It's probably due really soon. But I wanted to find an appropriate time to read it to the kids because we live here now and hurricane season is coming, and I just wanted them to be informed in the least fearful way. But after the tornado yesterday, we never saw a funnel cloud, but I promise you it went from like light to dark like that, and it was fast and it was huge. But anyways, I was like, today's the day. And so we have an Echo in our kitchen, and so they always play, we've made the name of the playlist, Kids Dance Party Playlist. And one of the songs they love, forgive me for singing a verse of it, it's by Nicole C. Mullins, I think, and it's Fear You Don't Own Me. It's like, fear you don't own me, there ain't no room in this story. I don't remember all the words, but basically it says fear, or goodbye fear. Oh, it's the breakup song, but it's like, goodbye fear, you will never be welcome here. So of course, H5 is us, and I changed this, double checking to make sure it's all spelled correctly. But I change this once a week in our kitchen and make some really fun verses. The kids haven't seen this one yet, but they had that song playing today, and I was like, oh, putting that on the board. And then, so I read them the book about the Hurricane Watch. And so it is by Melissa Stewart. It is a fabulous book. Here's the deal. Look for it. I love these books. I think they're the best for getting the simplest version of a subject to someone. If they want to research more, great, but this is the simplest. So I got a level 2. Well, not that I had the choice between level 1 and level 2. It just happened to be a level 2. And so some categories, if you like this type of book, they have human body, plants, animals, dinosaurs, space, weather and the seasons, the earth, the world around us, light, what will the weather be, earthquakes. I'm sure there's a tornado one too. We might check out the tornado one. But anyways, here we go. It's illustrated by Taya Morley, and here you go. So it's super cool illustrations, and let's see. It just like breaks down where a hurricane comes from, what weather conditions would need to happen to cause a thing. And then I was like, guys, this is the water cycle. This is what happens. But with a hurricane, there's just an extreme condition with the warm water and the warmest weather in the warmest temperature, sorry, getting there, is, they actually said it, but there's 3 months that it's the warmest weather, and that's what causes it. It's like, come on, book. August, September, and October. And so anyways, and then I said, you know what? I said, the cool part is this book tells us that they know about it weeks in advance. And then they just help you stay informed. And they'll tell you, hey, you need to evacuate. And they're like, my oldest, she's 12. She said, I didn't know that they would tell you when it's coming. And I didn't know you could evacuate. And I'm like, yeah, we got it. We just have to have a plan. And so And then we've already talked about how they name the different ones. And so, you know, they alternate boy, girl. And so if the Atlantic Ocean, the Atlantic side, their hurricane system starts with a girl's name, then the Pacific was going to start with a boy's name, and so they alternate. And anyways, so that was kind of fun because we had already been talking about some storm names that we discovered. And I love this. It says if there's a watch, this is what your family's supposed to do, and if there's a warning, this is what your family's supposed to do. And I'm going to throw in my tidbit. It says that you need to have canned food, bottled water, first aid supplies, extra batteries for flashlights and radios. And so I kept asking them, well, why canned food? Well, why bottled water? Why this? And so just helping them problem solve and think through it, that was kind of cool. But in our list, we add the coolest thing in the whole world, glow sticks. Power goes out, people get frantic. Nope, we just snap glow sticks and we light the house up. We have a path to the potty, a path to mommy and poppy's room, and it's just, who doesn't want a glow stick? It's a more peaceful way to be like, oh, we're out of power. So anyways, that's my little tip for you. And anyways, it's just really cool. And it was fun for me to read this to them, ask them questions, hear their questions, and just see fear dispelled. And so, we are big believers of just no fear, you know, let's be informed, and God is bigger than fear, and where love is, fear has to go. And I ended this hurricane session with, of course, knowing that they would see this later tonight at dinner because it's in the kitchen, but there's a link. I don't know if I'm allowed to link it, but I'll put it in the description, and it's of a different country. I could research it. I probably should have researched it, but I Google searched prayer changes tornado or something, and these believers pray, and it is incredible. You can see the tornado, you can hear their prayers, you can hear them crying out, Jesus! And you can see the tornado as the huge cloud and then the funnel. There were actually two. And then about the 1.5, 2 minute mark, it started to just, and it went back up, and you could hear them all saying, glory to God. And it was the coolest thing. And so I turned that off, and I looked at the kids, and I said, and that is why we will not be afraid. We will evacuate when we need to evacuate. We will pray. We are not in fear. We are, you know, we trust, and we're informed. And it was the right time. The tornado yesterday helped spur this into motion. But anyways, I highly, highly, highly recommend this book, especially if you live near the beach. So right now my kids have a scavenger hunt. I told them, I was like, who's gonna be the first one to find the evacuation route? Because they didn't even know what those signs were for. And so now they do. And I'm so glad that we had the conversation, and I'm glad we checked this out from the library, and I think you guys should check it out from your library too.